So I'm just at dinner right now, and something's been weighing on my mind quite a bit. So I just have to kind of get this on my chest. So a lot of people look at me and they just look at the flashy stuff, right? Like the 10K a monthly commissions, 20K a monthly commissions, 30K a monthly commissions, and being a number two closer on seventh level. And even as I'm saying that, I'm disgusted with myself because I hate blowing smoke on my hands. And people see living in Dubai, the nice apartment, all that kind of stuff, living by the beach. And you may think to yourself that, man, I still feel like I would figure my life out. And it still feels like everyone else is so much ahead than me. And I'm here to tell you that nobody really has it all figured out. Nobody. And I was watching one of Ryan Serhant's Instagram videos, and there was this saying. Somebody asked him for life advice, which is, hey, Ryan, I still feel like I'm so much behind. I still feel like I don't know how to do all this kind of stuff. What advice do you give me? And what Ryan said was that nobody has it all figured out. It's just that some people, they do it anyway. And that's really what it is. So if you have doubt within yourself, it's like, hey, maybe you dropped out of college, maybe you quit your job or whatever it may be. And you're trying to get into this thing called high-ticket closing sales or whatever it may be. You're trying to make something of yourself. And you may be doubting yourself like, hey, was this even the right decision that I made? Did I make the right decision? Maybe you have your friends or your parents doubting you, just like I did. When I was trying to make money in life, when I dropped out of college, because I knew that wasn't the path I wanted to go, I came back home and my own mother looked at me dead in the eyes and said, Brian, you are digging your own grave. And it's not that it's because my mother's a bad person. She's really not. She's an amazing person. It's just that our parents' generation, they just don't understand. They just don't see it. And so I was trying to convince them like, oh, look, no, I have to get closing, remote closing, make money online. It just doesn't compute. And so you know what I did was at my parents' house, I just grinded. I just got the right mentors. I put in the work and I got up at 3, 4 in the morning, my time, because I was selling to US leads. And it didn't happen overnight. It really didn't. And I just got outside of my comfort zone. I pretty much put everything in my bank account to get the help that I needed because what else was I going to do? And then over time, I started getting better. I started making more money. And then at one point, I took my parents' house to a nice buffet. And then the bill came out to quite a bit of money. I mean, now it's not that much money, but before it was a lot of money. And then I picked up the bill, and my parents, they looked at me, they're like, you sure? And I said, yeah, don't worry about it. And they thought, where did this kid get the money? And I knew deep down was really believing in myself and making this work. And if you know anything about me, I'm not really about the whole motivational quote, rah rah, it's not about that. But I think maybe you need this right now from time to time, is believe that you will make it work. Now, don't be arrogant to the point where you'll figure everything out on your own. Because you're going to waste a whole bunch of time and a lot of money doing it that way. Get the right help, but also have conviction within yourself that you will figure it out no matter what. Understand the consequences of your inaction, absolutely. It's a mix. But you really gotta believe in yourself, man, because otherwise, who else is gonna do this for you? Who else is gonna believe in you? Nobody. And so if other people around you in your life are doubting you, like, hey, why don't you go get a real job? Why don't you go back to college? Like, why are you even doing this? Having all that doubt. Block out the noise. Like a racehorse, singular focus. Just go after what you're going to go after anyway. Because that's really it. Because guess what? Just like you, I have the doubts too. Whenever I'm taking a risk in my life, whenever I'm doing all this, is it really all worth it? Sometimes I'm up at 1, 2 in the morning, not able to go to sleep. Me, these days I work 12, 13-hour days. I have things in my life, things in my work just falling apart. And then I think to myself, dude, was this even worth it? You know, having dinner with June right now, and sometimes, June and I used to talk once we're at like that 10, 20K a month. Dude, why do we even bother? Why don't we just fuck off to Thailand or Bali or something, and then we'll live happily ever after? And then we just both laughed and came to the conclusion that no, we can't. We can't settle for that. We did not come this far just to come this far. We did not. So you know the scene in The Matrix where Morpheus says, you take the blue pill, go back to your regular life, nothing ever happened. Take the red pill, go down the rabbit hole and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. And you have decided to take the red pill, my friend. You did not have to do this. You could have just stayed at your college, your 9-to-5 job, whatever. No, we voluntarily raise our hand and say, you know what, I'm going to become a closer. And I'm going to be successful. I'm not going to settle for a mediocre life. And I'm with you on that. And if you did, just keep fucking going. You're going to have those days where you just want to throw in the towel, you just want to give up. I do too. I have those days too. I'm feeling just like you. I know I look dead inside. I know I look like the Terminator. But I'm human just like you. And that's the whole point is, I mean, dude, I'd rather die trying. If I'm lucky enough to make it to my deathbed at 80 years old. You know, when I was 21, I had a close friend from high school that didn't make it. He was 20 years old, man. But if you and I are lucky enough to live till we're 80 years old and we'll look back, do you really want to say, man, what if I would have taken that risk? Man, what if I would have just believed in myself? What if I would have listened to that mentor that told me exactly what to do? What if I just fucking listened to them? And so just understand that you're going to have those days, and that's the life path that we chose. Everybody else, dude, look around, man. Just look around. There's regular people in a 9-to-5 job. They don't have to take all that risk, man, because they're just settling for like a white picket fence, an ugly wife, 2.5 kids, and a dog. Do you really want that? I don't. I want the best of everything. I want the best of everything, man, because if we have this one crack at this thing called life, why won't we have it all? So that's really it. Just understand that if you want big things in your life, it's going to take big sacrifices, big ups and downs. So just understand. So get the right help. Keep getting outside your comfort zone. Keep getting out there. Believe in yourself. And just keep fucking going. Let's go.